Imagine food, now imagine it a square!
Hello, it's filming day and I was just showing Tana this video at lunch and then we figured all our camera gear's out, we should just watch this with you as a family.
Why have moments of friendly interaction that we're not sharing with you? It's kind of pointless, really.
So basically, I found out about this company called SQUAREAT, which basically just makes food into squares. I think that's all the preamble I'm gonna give you because I don't know that I even know any more than that. That is what it is. I don't know that there's any like benefits or it just seems to be that their thing is the squares. The fact that the food is square. We're gonna watch the intro video. What is SQUAREAT?
Is this gonna be like a normal infomercial? They're like, don't you hate eating normal food? And someone's like, oh, if only this was a square.
I really think that is the vibe of this company because I truly cannot figure it out. So I'm like, let's just go on a deep dive together.
Personally, I find circle food much more palatable, tasteful, presentable. I find a round shape more you know,
easier
enticing.
On the eye. I don't want hard ridges on everything. Yeah, corners.
That's why I do not eat a burger at Wendy's. Also the fact that it's Wendy's.
Did you ever think that healthy food can be a treat? What if I told you that
Did you ever think that healthy food could be a treat?
Healthy food can be a treat.
I've never thought, ever once in my life.
But if it was a square.
If it was a square, I might eat healthy food. That could be fun, yeah.
A treat is shaped like a square. That's just a fact. You see square, you think treat.
Is this being marketed to children?
I don't know who the I truly cannot figure any of this out. Let's keep watching.
Like, you know how your mom makes a sandwich and you don't want the crust around it? Well, what if it was just a perfect square?
can transform regular food into squares.
Why? Why? You're taking something like a broccoli and processing it into a square and
This is the ugliest blob of food. Do people hate that vegetables so much? They're like, I would rather, if it was a gelatinous square, just a blob, I could do that.
Well, I mean, broccoli, nightmare. So many different edges, ridges. I mean, there's no consistency of shape. It's horrible.
That's been my problem with health food. Yeah, it's not shaped like a square, so this is really for me. What a treat.
SQUAREAT is innovative, tasty.
Innovative?
Why,
what problem is it solving?
Why though? Let's give it a chance, okay?
I'm sure I don't need to regale you with all the problems of unsquare foods. Well, this innovative new solution has fixed all of that.
Yeah, I think the main roadblock to healthy eating is the fact that it's not squares.
Healthy, portable, and long-lasting.
I love the idea of it being portable. So, you know, you're at some social function and you're like, I'm kind of hungry.
You're like, can I have a frying pan to heat up my
I don't like any of these snacks around. What if?
I'm like, if you have to put the squares in a frying pan, like, why is it different from regular food? That's how you can cook a lot of food.
Also, how is it, like, how do you identify it? You're like, wow, I'm really in the mood for a square.
Salmon square.
Do they tell you what it is beforehand, or is it just like a vitamin where there's
Mystery
just a bunch of...
You can get the mystery square pack. I don't know, I haven't seen this yet.
Stop for a moment and remember how bad the food options are in schools, airplanes, hospitals. Don't get me started with the meal plans. What do you want to change all of that?
What if we could make it even less appetizing so that it doesn't look like real food at all?
Most recent airport I went to was London Heathrow. There's a Pret-a-Manger there, so it was perfectly appetizing. I'm not seeing appetizing from these squares thus far. Also had some great nachos at the Salt Lake Airport. Again, more appetizing than a square.
Yeah, they got like a Chipotle in there now or something. The airport in London, they had the sushi thing that would come by on a conveyor belt. I
remember when we got that.
My problem was like, if it was a square.
Yeah, because sushi is like those round fuckers.
Now you can, because we have the solution. Our product has infinite possibilities, and it will be sold through many different channels, like universities and offices, supermarkets, gyms.
Is this a pitch to investors? Because I'm like, you don't usually do an ad trying to explain the benefit of your product by saying, again, they still haven't explained what's innovative about it, except that it is in a square. And it looks like every square is individually packaged in plastic, which feels like a red flag to me. They haven't explained any of the benefits, and they're like, we're gonna get this shit in universities, hospitals, airports.
Hard to know who the target audience is for this, besides squares.
Square lovers.
The first phase is focus on meal plan delivery service. The market is currently booming, and no one...
Okay, so I'm getting the vibe that this is kind of like a
Business
pitch
to
to
business.
investors in a way.
It's first phase. That is such odd things.
You know, like hello, this is their plan to grow, to have the squares take over the world. First,
it seems like they should just implement their plan instead of telling us what it is.
I know.
Anyway,
'Cause, like,
I'm not one to understand square foods. Obviously, I'm.
Well, and I'm like, well, obviously now HelloFresh is going to start doing square stuff.
Obviously,
to compete.
Because just
they're taking
delicious,
over the-
straightforward, appetizing-looking food is not a good business model. They've disconnected from phase one. They need to be brought into phase one.
Can't believe we just gave HelloFresh a free fucking ad.
No one has cracked the code yet. So we came up with a brand new solution that can be literally the food of the future.
No one has cracked the code yet. Squares.
I like Purple Carrot, the meal delivery service I use a few times a week.
Like, what if... Oh, because the problem is, though, you have to prepare stuff.
You do have to prepare stuff, and it's rarely in square form. So, like, those are the two downsides.
Can you
Also, it
imagine
can kind
just
of be a lot
cutting and
plastic.
cooking up a square of mystery meat?
Well, you won't have to imagine, because they could be in hospitals, in airports, in schools.
That's so dystopian. It would be way worse. You're on a plane flight and you're like, yeah, I'll have the lemon bomb chicken, please. And they're like, they just hand you a square. What the fuck is
So
this?
dystopian. I just thought in my head it'd be really funny if I ordered some of these and when you came over next week, I'm like, do you want to have lunch? But I'm like, I can't commit, so I'm just telling you now. Okay, let's keep giving them a chance.
Oh, they're solving the problem. They already said they're cracking the code.
The business model is predicted on scalability and margin controls. In fact, we can deliver bi-weekly or once a month. Thanks to our unique structure, we can keep our operations completely unconstrained while keeping minimum staff on site. This combination will generate margins never seen before.
Why?
We're gonna get so rich off of you guys buying our squares. You're not gonna believe it. We're gonna scale this business squares on squares on squares. They're so stackable, easily organizable. We've cracked the code. You're gonna make us rich. We're obviously genius.
This has like unaware nepotism baby written all over it because I'm like, who's delusional? Like this, no one sane came up with this project.
SQUAREAT is a new food concept created to revolutionize the ready-to-eat meal plan industry. We are taking place in a market that is currently booming with a brand new solution that is healthier, tastier, and lasts longer.
Why is the square healthier?
She held up the broccoli and then she held up the square. Why would the square be healthier?
Everyone knows squares are healthier.
The body actually absorbs nutrients better in square form.
This actually seems like some 42-year-old white guy with money smoking weed, and he's like, "Whoa, what
all
about?
foods were squares?
What if all?"
And maybe he has a, a
and
bit
had the
of
money
a,
to kick it off.
He has like a variation of an eating disorder where ever since a kid he's just been very picky, and that's how he, feels in control in life. And his thing is square foods.
It's for those with the square food hyperfixation. This will
Ideal, which that exists. Right?
Doesn't
There
seem
is a
like the
market
most
for it.
scalable business model that's going to crack the code in a way that HelloFresh and Purple Carrot haven't been able to do yet.
Let's keep listening to why it's healthier.
Yes, I'm ready to be persuaded. I'm sure they're going to hit us with some facts and figures at any point, right?
Oh, she's riddled with facts and figures, you can tell. She uses words like scalability.
Compared to the available alternatives. Our team is a combination of young and passionate entrepreneurs.
Ageist. Our team is all young.
There are multiple entrepreneurs working on this project, huh?
More than one. Okay, and here's my question. Have they done any market research to see if there's even demand for this product?
Yeah, have they tried the other shapes? What if triangles was actually the most efficient and... I think triangle is a beautiful, beautiful, sexy shape.
Beautiful. The strongest shape, even.
Yeah, and maybe the most compactable, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I would much rather eat a
stackable.
triangle.
I suppose it's...
You can stack them. I'm thinking of the Mitchell and Webb sketch.
I think, yeah. People who are into like HelloFresh or these like fresh homemade meals, what would make them want to switch over to these like hyper processed square foods? Please tell us.
Is it like, I could see like, you know, I would want all my meals in a shake form if I could.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. Something like Soylent, I can understand the appeal of that because it's like everything you need in one compact thing. But this is like, you have to heat it up, you have to drizzle a sauce. It's like, just
at that point, you might as well make
Soylent.
a actual food or, drink a Soylent.
But again, let's just keep giving them a chance.
Chefs, web developers, and designers with more than 10 years of experience in the industry.
In the Square Foods industry?
We have developed an innovative way to process our food. Our production chain allows us to transform and standardize almost every type of food in a 50
Why?
without any additives.
Sorry.
What? Why? Why? Truly why? I need to know.
I invite you to join us in this exciting journey.
Is this a Nathan for you thing?
It
Like,
feels
it
like
doesn't
it. It
feel
literally
real.
feels like a Nathan bit.
Okay, they've got another video. It's only 50 seconds long. We have to watch it.
Let's
Square
do it.
Eat. We make it easier to be healthy.
Is that the whole thing? They didn't talk about like it being like more nutrient dense.
No,
Or it's literally just turning it into
and
a
also
processed
they
square.
said no additives. So I'm like, how are you? So are you just like mushing up broccoli and then just
then, like,
making it into like an ice cube type of just freezing it in square form?
Compacting it.
Let's find out more.
Your vegetables. I know.
Ah, so many shapes.
So many shapes.
Are you struggling to follow a healthy lifestyle? Too much waste of food, money, and time? SQUAREAT is the solution. We make it easier to be healthy. Our perfect portioned 45-gram squares are pre-cooked and ready to eat, versatile to warm up, easy to store, and fresh delivered. They last up to 2 weeks without any additives in a regular fridge. Don't worry about waste if your plans change at the last.
It just looks like it takes as much time to heat up as like a microwave meal, and you can get versions of them that are healthier, or just like anything you can put in a skillet.
A square is just not a draw. I don't
What
get
is
it.
the benefit?
At the last minute. We have a wide selection of proteins, vegetables, and carbs.
Cut up the squares. Just cut up the broccoli.
Cut
Just
up
cut
a
up the
potato.
What?
That is so sad. Your friends cancel on you to go to a restaurant, so you're like, well, I'll just go home and eat my squares. Should I cut up my potato or cut up a square? You still gotta cook that shit.
So far, all they've given us is that the main appeal, the only appeal of this food is that it is in squares, and it comes
and
like
delivered to you.
prepackaged.
You don't have to make the square yourself.
And then they
yeah, are you tired of making your own food into squares? Well, now you don't have to. We've made it a square for you.
But you're doing as much work as if you bought a block of fucking tofu or bought a potato.
The squares can be combined.
The squares! The squares is in title case and the rest of the sentence is normal.
Oh, but you made them not squares.
That's a fucking strip.
I am against strip eating. I want squares. It just feels
no
right.
purity. Square Eat has lost its way.
Yeah, they have. I'm gonna start a new company that sticks to squares. You literally can't cut it a different way.
To create a full meal or complement other recipes.
Compliment others, so you make a whole other thing just to like dump your strips.
Imagine going on it.
Do you know how else you can fully customize your diet? Just by eating different stuff.
Here they are making other food with it. Like,
With
what
the
would compel
squares.
you to put sushi on a square when you could put sushi on just rice or literally anything else?
For so cheap.
This is so silly. Imagine showing up to a date and someone has just made you some squares.
Who is behind this?
Fully customize your diet, save time, and maximize food variety.
How is everything being in squares maximizing food variety? You can buy fucking any food at the grocery store.
This is dystopian, that their idea of the future is that food should be as just like compact
Removed
and
from nature
not
as
as appetizing. It's just like, you know how the future will suck ass and nothing will be delicious or fun? Well, get ahead of the curve and eat squares.
Take a bite out of the future of food.
This is like being like, you know how having a house is really shitty? Imagine if you could just live in a box kennel. That would be awesome, right? Well, we've solved that problem. We've cracked the code.
And spend as much money as you would spend on a house doing extensions to the kennel.
Yeah.
This video is about being healthy. All they've said is that they can, like, I suppose they said that they don't use additives. But what about it is healthy? If anything, it seems more limiting. And it seems like to get any like fresh fruits and vegetables in there, you have to make a side thing with the squares.
Do they even tell you like the flavor palettes of the square? That I'm still hung up on that.
That's what we need to find out, yeah. Also,
we should order some and we should make some squares. Maybe for the mediocre American Bake Off.
Is it even possible to get like a mediocre quality diet from these squares? Eco-friendly production chain, but every square is wrapped in plastic. And it seems like you need like 4 or 5 for it to be a meal. And
they're literally making individual deliveries for all of them. Like, that can't be better than just grabbing stuff at the grocery store.
All right, this is the final video on the channel. SQUAREAT, signature squares finishing.
Hello everyone and welcome to SQUAREAT. Today we're going through the unboxing together from the moment you receive your bag to our favorite cooking methods. So let's get to it. Deliver our refrigerated bag right to your door. And inside you can find our unique box.
It's a square.
It's not even a fucking square.
Single one of them weighs 50 grams. You can find all the nutritional facts by just simply scanning the QR code on top of it. We have different warm-up methods, but what we like the most is to eat them up for about 30 seconds.
I want to point out that this is a company who is marketing themselves on the idea that they are healthier and sustainable. And every single square is wrapped in plastic, and now they're telling you to heat up that plastic in the microwave. We already have a microplastics-ish. I'm really failing to see any benefit.
I hate marketing writing because you're always having to fluff up the dumbest shit, like being like, our unique state-of-the-art box. It's like, it's literally a box.
I truly believe the only explanation for this company is it's a prank and we're gonna, it's like a Nathan Fielder type thing. Or it is literally just like some rich guy's kid who like is just been given money to start. Yeah, because it's really bad. Like it doesn't have any selling point.
Besides the obvious one.
The squares.
Once we're done in the microwave, we can start opening up our bags through the Easy Cut.
So you're having to microwave it and then put it in a hot pan.
It seems
so
just
convenient.
way easier to like eat an apple.
Our squares are now ready for the second part. Make sure you have a hot pan, and for your own convenience, we actually added an herb-infused extra virgin olive oil.
He also put the olive oil in the pan and then immediately put the squares down. He didn't even let the oil heat up. There is no respect for
saute
food.
some onions.
No respect.
To give it a crunchy touch. We suggest you to put a little bit, not too much, when we start cooking, and a little bit at the end, when they're actually finished.
It would make eating so boring.
I know there are some sickos watching that who are like, that actually looks good. I know we're gonna get it in the comments. And listen, I don't mean to kink shame you or whatever is the term for food, but ew, gross.
I mean, I'd be willing to try it.
I would. We should get one and try it.
Actively gross, but I'm like, how could it possibly form like be a cornerstone for your diet?
Like finally, the square alternative to real food.
This is so good. You enjoy it as much as we do.
Really convinced me there, hired
no
actor,
way.
that was
There's
very
no
delicious.
way.
So good. I love this.
Can you actually buy this
$12
shit?
an hour.
I'm gonna just see if they have a website.
Do you guys want to see us make some squares? And I actually bet Sam could make it taste delicious.
Yeah, I fucking
They
could.
should have hired you because...
Look, in all the dishes, they've cut the squares up to incorporate them into other foods.
Which begs the question, why not just...
Oh my god, it says we have a 10% promo code for new customers. Would you like to get it now? Oh. Sorry, but this has got to be bullshit. This says 16,500 plus customer satisfaction.
What does that even mean? How do you
Save
quantify?
more than 10 hours a week and forget about cooking. You have to cook the squares. Let's see the menu. See menu.
It's like square one, square two.
Tasting combos. So there is the fisherman, which is 2 salmon squares, 1 zucchini square, and 3 sweet potato squares. Total 430 calories. Arguably not really enough for a meal. The other thing is 387 calories. Also not enough for a meal.
Vegan
Look
burger,
at the
broccoli,
vegan burger.
and
It's just
spinach.
6 squares.
Why even call it a burger at that? Oh my god, because it is a burger because they took the bread and the vegan meat and the vegan cheese and the lettuce and the tomato and blended it up and then compacted it. That sounds disgusting.
And also, imagine eating broccoli in like a processed square.
I hate it.
Oh my god.
Texture is so much a part of food. Why would you want just a gelatinous blob?
Wait, this says choose your favorite combo and try the SQUAREAT experience for only $29.99.
That is so
Do you just get
expensive for
one?
squares.
How many do you get?
Probably one square.
Just 2 meals. And both of the meals are under 430 calories, which is not even a meal.
They cracked the code.
So it's $15 for 6 squares, which is a meal, which isn't even enough calories for a meal.
Oh, I hate it. Let's come back at him with
It seems like it's a
Triangle
weight
Fresh.
loss thing. Like the people that are writing reviews.
having trouble keeping off the weight. Well, imagine not eating enough calories. We'll do that for you by making food so disgusting and unnutritious that you couldn't possibly maintain a healthy weight.
I'm so confused. The review, I assume these are real reviews. There's a lot of before and after weight loss things.
It's
and
a
then there's-
Nathan Fielder thing.
This woman said, I was waiting centuries for this. I can't believe it's finally possible to eat tasty, healthy, portion-controlled food. Love the squares.
She's an ancient being who has finally been waiting for the era of the square foods.
A nutritionist is recommending these. $15 to $20 per meal of squares. This is unbelievable. It says it's eco-sustainable, minimal waste in food and energetic resources.
Individual plastic wrapping and delivery.
And you have to eat 6 for it to be a meal, or a half of a fucking meal.
Durable materials.
That doesn't make it sustainable.
That in fact makes it less sustainable if it's not going to biodegrade.
This is what they think makes it sustainable. They said, reduce, reuse, recycle is a necessary behavior to fight climate change. That's why we have studied the boomerang package. We pack our meals inside a refrigerated cooler bag, we ship it to the customers, then they ship it back to us empty and we cover the costs.
So you gotta do a whole other mailing thing?
What's the carbon footprint of sending the bag back?
If anything, make little tiny balls that you can eat like a snack.
I really feel like it's for people that have like, sort of like compulsions around like food and it being like neat and orderly and like
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem...
And again, not to yuck your yum, but this is not for
Yeah, there's
everybody,
nothing
and certainly
wrong
not
with
for
it.
schools and airports.
I keep expecting to like find some piece of information that's like, oh, it makes sense. Okay, I see what they're trying to do. No.
We call them like, you're not getting this. It's a square.
Your favorite food.
If that doesn't
in
resonate
a
with you, it just
different
doesn't
shape.
resonate.
The idea behind SQUAREAT comes from a personal need. Oh my god, this is the CEO.
Here it is.
Comes from a personal need. As a semi-professional athlete, I've always struggled dealing with a busy lifestyle.
Okay, there's already typos in the video. You spelled athlete wrong.
Delaney?
So I had to start looking for a balanced and tasty diet. The ready-to-eat meal plans were my best option, but their quality and taste was very poor, and the most known brands were not even close to what I was looking for. At that point, I went back to cook on my own, and thanks to my knowledge, the result was much tastier, but still waiting.
Still, it wasn't a square.
How could a processed food and compacted food taste better than just food? I
Than
don't
a
get
Trader
it.
Joe's vegan tikka masala.
Yeah,
Riddle me that.
No.
Cooking, packing, cleaning, dealing with the conservation modalities. The struggle was real. I thought there must be a way to have a healthy, tasty, and long-lasting ready-to-eat food. But how? In order to achieve these results, I realized I had to reinvent the whole food concept. Check it out.
What if we told you we can transform and standardize almost every type of food in a 50 grams?
It didn't explain why it had to be the squares. He just said he did some cooking and realized he could make better stuff. It's like, yeah, if you cook, that will be yummier than prepackaged food. That's kind of the whole thing.
Nutrients without any additive. Our production is simplified by our unique way to process fresh food. As soon as we receive it, we don't store it and then process it like other meal plans do. We transform it in squares right away.
Thanks to our innovative
The food fulfills its destiny by immediately becoming a square that can live in the fridge for 2 to 3 weeks. It's all becoming clear. I get it now. I get it.
Thanks to our innovative and proper food preparation process based on low temperature cooking and thermal shocking,
What the fuck is that?
Good.
we're able to preserve all nutrients and extend food life. The product does not stay fresh just for the next couple of days, but up to 4 weeks.
The healthiest, freshest, and most complete food the meal plan industry has ever seen. Fuck that. I get Purple Carrot. Those meals are like ridiculous in how healthy and like diverse they are with their vegetables. And
No.
they do seasonal stuff as well.
I did HelloFresh for a second. They didn't have a lot of vegan options, so I was like, this is probably not sustainable. I thought they gave me like a coupon for, super discount. I did it and then found out that I was signed up for a thing. They charged me for a box that I did not request or get to choose the meals for. I called to get it canceled and they were like, Maybe you could just get some good karma by giving the meal to somebody else. And I was like...
The squares would never do that
The
to
squares
you.
would never.
The squares will never betray you. Sorry, that's so grifty to say that it's the freshest, healthiest food, the meal. I'm like, they don't even fucking know what goes into a purple carrot. It's like 6 different veggies.
How many squares?
That's the fucking... What did we learn? There's no one-size-fits-all solution for healthy eating. It's not that simple, okay? You got to figure out what's right for you, and if you think the squares are right for you,
then you're gonna love the dystopia that's coming to you.
Your centuries-long wait is over.
If you are a mystical critter who has been in cursed slumber for 1,000 years and who can only wake up with the enchantment provided through squarical foods, well, you're in luck.
If you're craving a square peg round hole situation.
If you like that metaphor.
This ended up being like a whole video. I'm putting it on the main channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed.
Yep. Let us know your favorite meal delivery service.
If you want us to
Mine's
make
purple carrot.
If you want us to make a square food.
If you actually want us to do a video reviewing square foods, then support us on Patreon and then send us a message on Patreon saying that money should exclusively be used to purchase square foods, and I think we'd consider it.
Yeah, and what better way to ensure that we're getting all our nutrients and eating our healthiest foods available to us so that we can create
the best
perfect content.
Perfect. The
best content.
Funniest, most innovative,
most informative,
best looking. Why? The squares.
Squares. It says it all. All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye. We also have merch and a candle and other ways to donate in the description box.